Welcome to Boudin and Cracklins, baby. Hey, I'm Coach. That's Red. Hey, Red, let them know what we're talking about today, baby.
Coach, we're going to be talking about the LSU Football Mt Rushmore.
Bop, 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 bop.
Yep.
Bop, 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 bop. Hey, it's almost that time.
It's getting there.
It's almost that time. I looked down the other day. I had a little scratch, and I was bleeding some purple and gold. I mean, can you imagine that stuff? Lord have mercy. I was kind of worried there for a second. I thought I was like on some mushrooms or something. Some hallucinogens or whatever that is. LSU Mt Rushmore. Lord have mercy, Red. First of all, that's a lot of players to pick from.
Oh, man.
That is, you honestly, in all reality, there's probably 15 guys you can make an argument for to throw on this list. So look, those of you that are watching, let us know your list. Let us know your list. I'm all for it, baby. Hey, look, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, whatever you own, baby. Let us know. Let us hear about it. But we're going to tell you what we think. And you know why? Because it's our show. Because it's our show and we always right. We always, Red, give me your first person. I tell you what, let's do this. We're not going to rank these 1 through 4 as far as like a ranking. Right. But give me one that you think every LSU fan says. There's no argument to that one.
Billy Cannon.
Billy Cannon, boom. Hey, I'm with you, baby. I mean, when it's all said and done.
As he stands on his own 28, he gets a pass from center, he boots it and gets another nice kick away going way downfield. Billy Cannon watches it bounce, he takes it on his own 11, he comes back upfield at the 15, stumbles momentarily, he's at the 20, running hard at the 25, gets away from one man to 30, still runs at 25, at the 35 to 25, he's down to 50, he's in the 45, 40. In the 10-5, he scores! Billy Cannon races.
Dude won a Heisman.
Yep.
Dude won a Natty. Yep. Right? Realistically, as an LSU fan, there's only 2 guys in our history that can claim to say that. I won a Heisman and I won a national championship. Billy Cannon, immortalized with the Halloween run against, who was that against? The Tutti Fruttis?
Oh, yeah.
Was that against Ole Miss, the Tutti Frutti? What they scream? Tutti Frutti?
Something like that.
Yeah, Tutti Toddy, Tutti Frutti. It's all the same thing.
I mean, that one play, that's on every LSU highlight.
That's it. Every LSU highlight that you're ever going to watch, as far as history of LSU, is going to have the Billy Cannon Halloween run against Ole Miss. I don't even like saying Ole Miss. Red, I had somebody from Ole Miss this morning talking about it was stuff on our Boudin and Cracklins Facebook page, and they were trying to get Ole Miss is going to run ref shot. They're gonna kill LSU. Y'all want to know the truth? Y'all not going to like this, Ole Miss. Honestly, y'all irrelevant to LSU. Y'all really are. Now, listen, I understand right now with all the Lane Kiffin stuff that's going on, there's a whole bunch of that back and forth and all. If you asked an LSU fan 2 years ago to name our biggest rivalries, where's Ole Miss at?
5th, 6th.
Yeah, they're not in the top 4 or 5. Ole Miss, y'all might not like that, but you want the truth, like I just said, you irrelevant. We don't care what you think.
Alabama, Florida, A&M, Arkansas.
100%. Those 4, as far as rivalry goes, will 100% stack up ahead of Ole Miss. Ole Miss, you're probably right. Those 4, then Ole Miss. I mean, really, y'all are kind of irrelevant. I mean, over the last 15 games, it's 10-5. I went back and looked over the last 25. It's 17-8, I believe, or 18-7, something like that. Y'all irrelevant.
I'm sure it gets kind of heated probably around Tensas Parish or Madison Parish or somewhere over there by the Mississippi River.
Jackson, Mississippi, somewhere. Yeah, you're getting that northeast corner of Louisiana over at, what is that, Oak Grove and all them areas up there, Sterlington, and you probably get some shit up there. But in the rest of the state of Louisiana, Ole Miss, y'all not even in our conversation. When we sit around a campfire in the wintertime and we talk about LSU football, y'all not mentioned. All right, if it hurts your feelings, I'm sorry, but it's the truth. All right, Billy Cannon, number 1. The last time we did a Mount Rushmore, you gave some George Washingtons and some Abe Lim. What position is Billy Cannon taking?
George Washington.
I think he got to be George Washington. I agree with that. He got to be in the George Washington position. All right, now when we do Mount Rushmores, there's usually 1 or 2 that I think everybody agrees on, and then you get to that 3 and 4 spot, and all of a sudden it's like rah, 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 rah. So do you have another one other than Billy Cannon that you think every person that believes purple and gold is going to say, I agree with that, Red?
Yep.
All right, who is it? I got a feeling I know who it is.
Joe.
Mr. Joe Burrow?
Yes.
I mean, come on, guys. Hey, we just talked about it. There's only 2 people in LSU history that can sit here and say, I want a Heisman and I want a national championship. Billy Cannon, Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is, I think in any argument, you can go to the Big Ten country, you can go anywhere you want, ACC country. If you list the top 2 or 3 college football teams that ever played, the 2019 LSU national championship team is in the top 2 or 3 conversation. Obviously, for me, it's number 1. Yeah, Joe Burrow pointed his finger. I mean, we beat everybody double digits. I mean, we scalded every one of them. I mean, it wasn't even close. When you're talking about Burrow and Chase and Jefferson and Clyde Edwards, and I mean, that's the whole team. But Joe Burrow was the leader of that team. Coach O, I mean, think about not just how bad we beat everybody. As an LSU fan, how fun it was to watch. But think about the names and the characters that literally became existent because of that season. Joe Burrow, Coach O. I mean, Coach O was not a household name before that season.
Right.
Now, I promise you, every college football fan in the nation knows Coach O. Yeah, he got that. Go Tigers. He got
Go Tigers. 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 Go
got that going for him. But I mean, Jefferson, Chase, these are household names nationwide in football that all came from that one team.
Yep.
Listen, if you're an LSU fan and you argue with Billy Cannon or Joe Burrow on the Mount Rushmore of LSU football, you a couillon. I don't know how else to tell you. You a couillon. Now, from here on, we might be able to argue. From here on, we might be able to 2, 3, 4. I mean, 3, 4 spot. What is 3 and 4 spot? Is that the Abe Lincoln and the Teddy Roosevelt spots?
Yeah.
All right.
So I would have Burrow as Thomas Jefferson.
Thomas, yeah, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. He invented. No, that was what did Thomas Jefferson invent? Didn't he invent something?
No, he signed the.
Yeah, he invented his signature.
He wrote the
Declaration of Independence.
Yeah.
Well, he invented his signature.
Yeah, that's John Hancock.
No, John Hancock was the first one to sign it. Oh, look, y'all getting a history lesson right here on Boudin and Cracklins, baby. Look, just so you know, like a lot of things you learn in school, we're not sure this information is correct. It's correct for us. How about that? Hey, you know what, Red? I just remembered. I'm never wrong in my head.
There you go.
I'm never wrong in my head. Look, I'm telling you. So when you tell me I'm wrong, no, I'm not. Right here, I think I'm right. All right, so we just talked about the George Washington and the Thomas Jefferson positions that I don't think any true blue Cajun, purple and gold, can argue those 2 positions. Now, let's get into some arguing.
All
right.
In the Teddy Roosevelt position.
Teddy Roosevelt. Wasn't he the one that did the bear or whatever? Or was that the other Roosevelt? Look, I'm telling you, look at the education you're getting.
It's called a what?
Teddy bear. That's why they call it a teddy bear. He's something about a big bear. I don't know. It's something like that. Look, y'all know how long it's been since I've been in a history class?
I'm going to put Tyrann Mathieu.
Oh, the honey badger. Hey, the honey badger takes what he wants.
Yes.
The honey badger.
Matthew moves up, grabs it to the 36. Watch out. Now he'll start. Oh, stutter step. He's still going. Oh, my gracious. Forward.
The one I love, the one I love.
Brissett goes deep right side for DeBose. There's Tyrann Mathieu back, and he got it. Of course.
Just try not to lose the game on offense.
Now Barner is
They
back
know
deep
the
again for
one
the
I
dozen.
love.
This is a beautiful punt. Back to the 15, running backwards, loose, free ball, touchdown, LSU, Matthew picks it up and runs in.
Woo! Okay, if you go back to the beginning of the video, I said you can probably put 15 or so guys on the list. I'll say this. He was one of the guys I considered, but I left him off the list. But go ahead and tell me why you have him on the list.
Was it the 2011? No, yeah, 2011 season.
Man, my memory ain't so memorizing.
Yeah, when Jordan Jefferson or
Ooh.
was that the quarterback? Yeah,
We had one.
yeah, when he had to sit out, and we went undefeated till we ran into Alabama in the national championship. That guy took over every game.
He
was a Heisman Trophy finalist.
I agree. He had that it factor.
Yeah.
He had that a big play was going to be made, and somehow he was going to be in the middle of it. You know, he had some interception returns and some fumble returns. I remember he had a big play against Oregon when we played at Jerry World at AT&T at the big toilet bowl up there in Arlington. I mean, when we played up there, I was there, by the way. I'm just telling y'all. I mean, hey, by the way, y'all know what? You know what we had for lunch that day before the game? I had some duck gumbo.
There you go.
Some Oregon duck gumbo. I promise you that. But I'm not against I kind of am against the pick, but I understand the pick.
So,
like I said, that'll be 15 to 20 guys you can throw up there as an LSU fan.
25 career games, 26 career games, had 11 forced fumbles, 8 fumble recoveries, and 4 interceptions.
Listen, again, like I said,
and 133 tackles.
The people that are watching this video, they're all going to say, what about this guy? What about this guy? Here's the thing. You want the truth? Red's right, and you're right. When you're talking about a storied program like LSU football,
right,
a lot of it's going to come down to when were you a biggest LSU fan? And what era of your life or of the program of LSU was it that you were really engaged in LSU football to come up with your fans?
Right.
All right. My number 3 is Kevin Falk.
Okay.
Kevin Falk, if I remember right, maybe a Karen Crow boy.
I think
it was I think he's somewhere in that area. I think he's from Karen Crow, but y'all correct me if I'm wrong. I know y'all will. But anyhow, listen, when he stopped playing, I think people forget how good he was for the years he was there. He ended as the leading all-purpose player in the history of LSU football. I think he may still hold that title. The leading all-purpose yards person in the history of LSU football. That stat alone has got to have you in the conversation.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just no way. You know, when you talk about the Mount Rushmore of NFL running back, Emmitt Smith's got to be in there because he owns that title. I don't have him there, but he's got to be in the conversation because he owns that record. When you own the record, you talk about best NBA basketball, the GOAT of NBA basketball. LeBron James has to be in the conversation because guess what? He owns the title of most points scored. When you own the record, you have to be in the best conversation. It's just that simple. But that's my opinion. Kevin Falk, hey, that was a bad boy. Then he went up to New England.
Won 3 Super Bowls.
Won some Super Bowls with Tom Brady. I mean, he was just, you know what he was in the NFL? He was a pro's pro.
Yeah.
He wasn't the guy that you said he's carrying a team, but you always knew when a big play was needed, especially those first couple of years of the Patriots and Tom Brady dynasty. Like we just talked about with the Honey Badger, somehow Kevin Falk was involved. He was always, obviously, Belichick and Brady trusted him.
Yeah.
He was one of those, that's my right-hand man or my left-hand man. He was right there all the time. Kevin Falk is my number 3. I'm assuming you don't have him up there?
No.
All right, that's fine. That's fair enough. All right, number 4, and is this going to be the Abe Lincoln position? We don't want to have to discuss Abe Lincoln again, do we?
No.
All right, I'm just telling you. You go back and look at the Dallas Cowboy Mount Rushmore, you're going to think about what Red thinks about Abe Lincoln. Not me, Red. All right, the last man on the LSU Mount Rushmore is, according to Red, is
Patrick Peterson.
Ooh.
LSU, the electrifying sophomore.
And 3. John Parker Wilson. That one's trouble. Intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Peterson.
Here comes the heat. Russell is hit. Almost picked off again. Did he get it? He got yes, he did. Interception number 5.
Intercepted.
First and 10 from the 19 of LSU. Griffin has some time. He's hit as he throws. Intercepted by LSU. The Tigers coming up with the interception. It is Patrick Peterson. And he'll pass downfield. And Peterson is there in the coverage. Has the interception. Peterson the other way now. Across the 30. 35-40. Midfield. He could go the distance. Peterson to the 30. To the 15. And run out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. Patrick Peterson.
Ralph, little play fake. Has a lot of time to throw. Launches it up. Has a receiver. It's tipped and picked off. Patrick Peterson coming back the other way. Back to the 47-yard line. Patrick Peterson, who had an interception against Mississippi State last year, does it again.
Again, somebody I considered. He was one of the guys that I flopped back and forth on.
LSU's known for what position group?
Look, DBs and lately wide receivers.
But when I was a teenager and all that, it was DBU. He's the one that started that chain.
I don't think he started it. He was a big asset in it. I'm not going to say he started. He wasn't the first one.
Name a DB that played at LSU.
I'm too old. I told you about my remembering ability. I'm just telling you, there's a lot of DBs that have come through here. I'm not going to say one guy started. And I'm not trying to diss Patrick Peterson. I love him. I think he's one of the best players.
He still intercepted that pass against Alabama.
Yeah, that's right. That's absolutely. We can agree on that, but we'll never agree that Dez caught that ball.
That should be
hey, when in doubt, why y'all on them Cowboys? Anyhow, listen. Patrick Peterson. Again, he was in my conversation. I really kicked around about 7 or 8 guys. I hate to say it, I really didn't kick around Honey Badger. I thought he was kind of a flashy, made the big plays. I did consider Patrick Peterson. I thought Patrick Peterson was more of an every down stopper than what Honey Badger was. Honey Badger was he might disappear for 5 or 6 or a whole quarter, and then all of a sudden, bang, touchdown. It was one of those type of plays, But Patrick Peterson, I can't disagree with you there. I have somebody different as my number 4, and it's probably, listen, when we stop and think about it, everybody we've kind of named has kind of been a skill position person.
Yeah.
I got a big guy. And I'm gonna tell you the other guys I considered before I named this guy. I considered Charles Alexander. I thought Charles Alexander as a running back. Matter of fact, I was there last year. I think it was 2 years ago when LSU retired his jersey. I think it was 2 years ago. But listen, he has to be up there on that list. There's some quarterbacks. Listen, probably the hardest one it was for me to not put on here was Jaden Daniels. The man won a Heisman Trophy. All right. He was the one that I was like, how do you not you only have 3 Heisman Trophy winners in the history of your program. How are those 3 guys not up there? This is the difference between Jaden Daniels and Joe Burrow to me.
One won a national
championship, one didn't. They were both basically there for the same number of years. Honestly, their career was pretty similar. They both came from a different school. Their junior year, they came in and had a okay year, and then their senior year, all of a sudden it blew up, and all of a sudden they win not a national championship, but a Heisman. The difference between those two for me is that national championship that Joe Burrow won. All right. My number 4 is the big man, Glenn Dorsey.
Dorsey, we have not called his name much tonight. That doesn't mean he's not creating openings.
But he's thrown for 2 touchdowns. Grant goes left, spilled at the 41-yard line. No gain. Glenn Dorsey, the All-American.
They come to Starkville and builds a 31-0 lead with 15 minutes to play. And Hennig is hammered. Dorsey, 8.5 sacks last year. NFL written all over him.
How about this one? Wow! Oh, my gracious. Tebow, well, let's put that one back in the bank vault.
It's a very important drive offensively for Ohio State. Agreed. Chris Wells met at the line of scrimmage by Glenn Dorsey.
LSU with 3 down. They bring 4. Ryan Willis coming, and oh, boy, the pocket collapsed. Glenn Dorsey. First down and 10. Smelly is back. He's on in relief. Oh, he's going to be beheaded. Glenn Dorsey. 3rd and 5. Ainge pressured. Watch out from behind. Glenn Dorsey. They didn't get him that time.
Nice scheme. Lester on the draw. Dorsey is right there. Force collared him and dragged him down. I guess he got pretty good push.
Okay.
Glenn Dorsey.
That was the other one I was thinking of.
Listen, let me tell y'all something about Glenn Dorsey, guys. When it comes to linemen, defensive players, interior linemen, you know, there's a award for every position basically in football. Glenn Dorsey won the Lombardi, the Outland, and the Nagurski Awards. Baby, that's a clean sweep in as far as linemen go. You can't get no better. This man was the most dominant figure on the interior line, offense or defensively, possibly for any team in college football history. You name me someone else that's won all 3 of them. Exactly, crickets.
Pretty sure Dominican Sue did.
Listen, okay, there you go. Dominican Sue didn't play for LSU.
No.
So we're literally comparing Glenn Dorsey to the most dominant player maybe to ever come out of college football D-line. That's the level that Glenn Dorsey was at. And I understand, listen, we like them quarterbacks and running backs and receivers and DBs because they make those flashy plays. But, baby, Glenn Dorsey was an absolute animal inside of there. I'm just telling you. You know, some of us here have played with some LSU linemen. Right?
Yes.
Right? Hey, big man right here, he got a story. Look, he was whooping that dude every day in practice.
No.
I'm joking.
No. I played with Benny Logan in high school.
Benny Logan, if you are LSU... True blue, not true blue, but you're purple and gold fan. You know who Benny Logan was. Hey, this man, you trained him?
No.
You trained him how to whoop people, right?
No, gosh. No.
You taught him how to whoop people.
I was a tackling dummy.
That's all right. He learned how to tackle people. He used you to get to where he was at.
Yeah.
Hey, you got to take some credit.
No.
I'm giving you some credit, Red. Maybe you gave him the confidence. Oh, I can whoop Red. So he had the confidence to go out there and be the dominant player he was because of you.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I'm going with, baby. That's what I'm going with. So look here. Red, tell us in Mount Rushmore one more time, baby. Let's recap this.
Billy Cannon, Joe Burrow, Honey Badger, and Patrick Peterson.
And I got Cannon, Burrow, Kevin Falk, and Glenn Dorsey. But look, when you want to know the truth, those guys you got, the guys I got, some of the other guys we named, Jaden Daniels, Charles Alexander, some of these other guys, Burt Jones, you can't go wrong with them.
We didn't say 6 NFL Hall of Famers on our list either.
6. We left off 6 NFL Hall of Famers. How about the big lineman?
Yeah.
Andrew Whitworth.
Yep.
Andrew Whitworth. Look, you talk about offensive linemen. Do they get any better than that? I mean, to leave off a player of his caliber, I mean, that just goes to tell you what you're dealing with. Listen, your list ain't wrong, but if it's not the same as one of ours, it's wrong.
We left off Kevin Mawai.
Oh, Kevin Mawai was bad boy with the Jets.
Alan Faneca.
Oh,
Johnny Robinson from the 50s.
Yeah, that was about a half a year before my time.
Jim Taylor, Y.A. Tittle, and Steve Van Buren.
Insminger? Is that what you're talking about? Look, I'm just going to tell you, he read this point. Look, I'm going to tell you, out of all those names you named, Y.A. Tittle was not a lineman, but most of those guys you just named were interior guys. Yeah. And listen, guys, they get overlooked. That was one reason I wanted to make sure I threw up the guy that I thought was the most dominant, Glenn Dorsey, because those running backs, those receivers, and them quarterbacks, even though he wasn't an offensive lineman, they don't get to do what they do without them big boys in the middle, without them big boys like this one here. By the way, y'all remember, we got a one-on-one. I think it's going to be next week or week after. Red and Cam Jordan. It's going down, y'all. We got that set up. You been getting in shape? You been running?
No.
You might. Hey, well, come on, Red. You got to put up a good fight, don't
Where's
you?
Where's training camp at?
Metairie.
Yeah.
So you're right with me. I'm bringing him. Y'all been to see the video. I'm telling y'all, he's coming. Hey, don't miss us next time on Booty Cracklin', baby.
Yeah, I don't think people are going to be happy with my fourth one.
That's all right. It'll be all right. It is what it is. You know why? You know why you're allowed to have your opinion?
I'm 6'5" and 300 something pounds.
That's one reason right there. That's a good one. That's a good reason. The good one as I can think of.
Find us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Spotify, TikTok. Email the show at bootandcracklinsports@gmail.com.